Watch this vlog while I clean up my room. Ow. What the heck? Why is this all of a sudden hitting my head on there? Step down? No. Step up. Let's do this. Okay, so I've been actually wanting to do this for a while. Got contact cement on my fingers. Anyway, so this is a one-take vlog about my heart condition and all the details that, well, all the details that I can remember anyway. Just going by memory on this one. Okay, so let's start with the obvious. I was born July 30th, 1976 in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada, in the Grace Hospital. And I was born with a transposition of the greater arteries. And basically what that means is, well, from what I was told, that half of my heart is upside down, or it was upside down when I was born, and which means, which meant that I needed surgery. So, but as a result of that, I had very little oxygen to my brain, which caused minor brain damage, although you wouldn't know it now. You wouldn't even know I had a heart condition now, honestly. But I'll get to that in a bit. So, okay. So, yeah. So, basically, I was a blue baby, right? Which meant that my skin was blue because I had no oxygen. And, when I was 1, I went to, well, during that time, they went and they popped a hole in my heart so I could still live until I was old enough to have the surgery. So when I was 1, in 1977, I got flown to Toronto, Ontario, Canada, to the Hospital for Sick Children. And now, this might sound kind of silly, but the way I remember it, I was only 1, right? I was in a shoebox on the back bench. There was a bench on the plane. I was on there. My mother was sitting beside me. And the plane landed inside the hospital. Because when I was a kid, they told me that I was rushed to Toronto for my surgery. It was really urgent and stuff. So in my mind, that's what I pictured, right? The plane going into the hospital because it was such an emergency. But anyway, obviously that didn't really happen. Now, the surgery was performed by Dr. Mustard, and it was the Mustard procedure, right? The procedure that he is famous for, right? And it's named after him, obviously. And he performed it, obviously did a good job, right? My cardiologist, Dr. Gordon Cumming, has actually been my cardiologist since birth, right? And I've seen him every single year. Now, yeah, I'm 42 now, so you can imagine how old he is. I think he's in his 80s. But a couple years ago, I went to book an appointment with him, like I always do every year. And I was told that he retired. So I've been going the last couple years without a cardiologist, mainly because I really, really don't trust myself with anybody else, if that makes sense, because I've been with this guy my whole life, right? He's looked after me my whole life. He knows my complete history. He was there from the day I was born. In fact, he was the one that popped the hole in my heart so I could live until my surgery, right? So we had a very close bond. And like, he knew me, he knew my family, he knew everything about me. And I don't know, I mean, I think I've been kind of scared to get a new cardiologist just because, it'd be like starting over again. And I don't really want to do that because I don't know. I just don't know. If you have any suggestions on what I should do or what I should look for in a cardiologist, because like I said, I've had one cardiologist my whole life, so I don't even know where to begin to look for a new one or what to look for in a cardiologist. So if anybody can help me out with that, greatly appreciated. As for my health, I've never had to take any medication for my heart. I've never had a pacemaker. I've never had any follow-up surgeries. Everything's been going smoothly. Like, my cardiologist once told me that I was the only patient that he had that didn't have a pacemaker. So, yeah. And also, when I was in the hospital, when I was when I was first born, I was in the ward with other heart patients. And this, as my mother put it, world-renowned physicist, no, wait, not a physicist, world-renowned doctor, right, came in, and he was doing this tour with, like, new medical students and stuff, and he went right next to my crib and said, "This is the most serious heart patient that we have in this hospital right now." And, from going to the most serious heart condition to clean bill of health, aside from here and there having breathing problems, because I developed chronic sinusitis because of my condition. Aside from that, I'm fine. In the last 9 or 10 years, I've noticed some benign tumors on my torso, like all over the place. I've got about at least 10 of them that I've counted. And my regular doctor said that it's nothing to worry about. He's like, "Oh, well, we can remove them, but there wouldn't really be much point." And I was like, "Okay, fine." So I'm stuck with these lumps all over me. I think I even have a couple in my arms. But anyway, I don't know. Maybe I need a second opinion about that. Because you never know. They could get worse. But yeah, other than all of that, I'm fine. I'm healthy. The only way that you could tell that I had a heart surgery was the scar. I've got a scar that goes down my... I'm not going to show you because probably can't see it because of the light anyway. But anyway, yeah, it goes from about here all the way down to just above my belly button. And right at the end of the scar, there was a hernia that was removed. So I've got this ugly little lumpy scar tissue at the bottom. But yeah, other than that, you wouldn't even know that I had heart surgery. But, you know, I'm one of many lucky people that didn't really need much care after the surgery. So, you know, hopefully I can stay healthy. Because, you know, I've got a long way to go before I die. So, I don't know. But yeah, I just wanted to make this vlog and let you know that I'm doing great. You know, despite the conditions that I was born, you know, with the heart surgery and the complications of my heart when I was born, all of that, and then all the stress that it must have put on my parents, you know, because they had to go through all of that. And the medical expenses, and, you know, luckily I live in Canada and most of it was covered, so. But still all the traveling, you know, to Ontario, and my dad had to come back early to go back to work, and my mother stayed for a bit until I was well enough to go home. And yeah, so also right after my surgery, I went into cardiac arrest 5 times, right? So of course, all my life I go around bragging, I died 5 times. And then just recently I found out that during those 5 times of death, I had a stroke. Not a stroke of genius. That hasn't come yet. But yeah, I had a stroke during those 5 cardiac arrest situations. I had a stroke. But honestly, I'm lucky that I had the stroke when I was 1, because it didn't really affect much because I was still technically developing everything. So yeah. I've been a pretty lucky person, you know, not only as it relates to my surgery and my heart condition and all that, but just in life in general. I've been very lucky just to have the circle of friends and family around me that I have. Yeah, couldn't ask for anything more, really. So, but yeah, that's me rambling about my heart condition and what little details that I can think of right now. Anyway, if you have any questions or thoughts or anything, feel free to leave them down in the comment section, and I'll get to them as soon as I can. I usually answer every single comment. I reply to every single comment on my YouTube channel, and this year, and this year only, I've decided to subscribe to anybody that comments. Yeah, I went and I wiped out my subscriptions at the beginning of the year, and I'm only subscribing to the ones that comment on my vlogs. So there you go. If you're new to the channel, check out, you know, my other vlogs and videos and stuff, and go into the playlists. I've got some movies and cartoons and stuff that I've produced myself. So check that out. And yeah, I'll be back tomorrow with a brand new vlog just for you.